Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Ask Matt Lloyd. We're here in Costa Rica and I've got Tron with me and he's got the question for today. So what would you like to know?
Yeah, hi Matt. I have a question. I want to ask you, what is the major difference between entrepreneurs and someone who work for someone else? Yeah, that's my question.
Okay, I think to be an entrepreneur, to make that decision, which maybe less than 5% of the population ever decide to make, number one, you've really got to want more. You've got to need more. I mean, everyone wants more. Everyone wants to make more money. Everyone wants to live in a better house. Everyone wants to have, all of these things. But a small percentage of the population, it's stronger than just a want. It's stronger than a desire. They need it. They feel like they need it. They need more success. They need more. They have a higher standard for what they want. And the rest of the population doesn't have that. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that for them, but for us entrepreneurs, we don't want to accept the status quo. We don't want to just do average. We want to do really, really well. We want to make change. We want to create. You've got to love creating because entrepreneurs, that's what we do. At the end of the day, we like to create. We solve problems that no one else will or other people already are, but we do a better job of it. Yep. But fundamentally, we want to create. So you've got to enjoy that. You can't shy away from challenges. Some people don't want to put themselves in a situation of discomfort. They'll do anything they can to avoid that. Entrepreneurs, I'm not saying we enjoy that any more than the average person, but we are willing to put ourselves in a situation on a regular basis where we are outside of our comfort zone. We are doing things that we don't want to do. Entrepreneurs have to learn to operate and think of everything in terms of results. Results are the only thing that matters. You don't get paid for showing up. You don't get paid for your effort or how hard you try. You only get paid when you produce a result. So it doesn't matter whether you've been trying for a year or 5 years. The business world doesn't care about effort. It just cares about results. So that's a really important lesson to learn. You only get paid when you actually produce results. And you have to be a bit of a generalist as well. You've got to be a generalist in the sense that you've got to learn a little bit about finance, okay, finance and accounting, about customer service, certainly about sales and marketing, because if you don't learn those things, you've got nothing. You've got to learn about hiring, managing people, interacting with clients. You've got to learn so many of these different skills. And so when you're an entrepreneur, typically when you're doing this for the first time, you don't realize how much there is to learn. Yeah. You have no idea. We all go into it quite ignorant of really what's truly involved. But you learn very quickly that you need to learn a little bit of all of these areas because in the very beginning, it's just you. You don't have a lot of people working for you. You don't have a lot of resources available to you. So you're doing a little bit of everything. Once you've got some cash coming in, and then, yes, you will start to hire. Entrepreneurs are also typically very good at coming up with ideas. Okay, we are ideas people. But some entrepreneurs, they're great at that, but they're terrible at executing. So they either partner up with people who are good at executing, or they never make it. So there's a fine balance between being a creative ideas person and being someone who has the discipline, the commitment to actually execute and get the important things done each day and not just jump from one thing to the next. Most of us start out as business opportunity seekers, jumping from one business to the next, thinking the solution, the money, the outcome is going to be gained in that next venture. And people do that for years. Some people will do that literally for 5 years and make virtually nothing. So the most important turning point is where you go from a business opportunity seeker to a strategic business owner, someone who thinks more in terms of strategy, someone who will focus on one business venture, and someone who realizes the answer it's not in the next great thing launching. It's in focusing on your business that you have right now and doing the important things right, putting together a customer acquisition process so that every day you can be getting new customers, having an ascension program so you've got upsells, putting in place processes, procedures, systems, so that you're not having to do everything every minute of the day. There's some element of, autopilot in there. So, does that answer the question?
Yeah, that is really great answer, Matt. And yeah, thank you so much. That's really helpful for me. Yeah, thanks.
All right, so if you have a question for me, go to askmattlow.com. Otherwise, see you tomorrow.